What's up, guys? You know who it is. It's your boy Kenny with Jdm Muscle, and that is right. The hood is gone. We're inside a shop. I'm actually at Barry's at Bear Auto and Diesel Repair. It's on the hoist, guys, so you know what's coming. We've got the head and cam swap that's going to be happening, and I do need to replace the steering rack because, of course, we've had no fucking steering, which is no fun. So we're going to get some B-roll. I don't know if I'm going to go in depth on how to do the cam swap and the head swap. I guess maybe we'll decide on that part, but I want to get rolling, get this thing done. We're doing this way before season, but the goal is to have it all done. That way we're not chasing our tail come drift season. So let's get it started.
All right, guys, so this is just going to be a breakdown of doing it on my Nissan 240SX. But the first thing for us was really getting off the skid plate, removing that so we have access to everything. From here, the biggest step was pulling off all of the coolant lines, removing the fuel lines, making sure we can drain everything out so we have no issues and can continue to take the thing apart. The complete Holley harness has been pulled off, intake, valve covers, anything we can take off, we are doing at one time. Right now we're pulling off the intake manifold, fuel injectors. We're starting on the valley cover gasket. You can see myself, I am removing all the header bolts because headers do need to come fully off so we can move the motor around and get to the steering. At this point, we are just slowly removing all those header bolts. Pretty easy to access on one side of the motor compared to the other side of the motor. Either way, it's just a lot of us bullshitting, having fun, talking crap like guys always do. Now, when it came to the driver's side, there were a couple bolts that were getting caught up on the brake booster. That same brake booster is going to cause us a lot of issues later in this video, so stay tuned. Now that we have the LS1 style water pump off the front of the motor, we could finally pull out that big oversized radiator. This is a moment where you crack a beer, grab another energy drink, G Fuel, hopefully, just keep rocking it out. This is the point where you can see we are removing our power steering pump. I have a relocation, so my alternator was down at the bottom, which this would be the same time you would be removing that as well. All right, light up a J, have fun, bullshit with your boys. What do you guys talk about in the garage? Okay. Mine being a full swap. Right here, Barry is talking about where I got this bracket from. That's kind of the conversation of what we're speaking about right here. Your vehicle might not have this at all. All right, guys, it's finally time to have a little fun. As you can see, by hand, I'm going through and breaking loose all of the lifter bolts. Here, after I get them all broken free by hand, then we can grab a tool and we can actually pull them off quickly. Finally, we've got a little bit of Milwaukee power in our hands. You can see now we can zip off all of these rocker arms, toss them in a box. We won't need them for later. Let's flip to the other side, continue to pull off all those rocker arms, and now we can pull out all the push rods, which we won't be using either. Let's toss them in the box, save them for later. Right here, I'm going to break free all 5 top head bolts. These are only tight to 35 pounds, so I am using the tool on this one, doing 5 on both sides before we do the main head studs. Now you can see I've got the big torque wrench available in hand, breaking free all the main head bolts. These are tightened down to 80 foot-pounds, so it is going to take a little bit of muscle to break these free, but I promise it'll happen. Well, now we have the impact back in our hand, and now we're fully buzzing out all those head studs, making it quick and easy work. Finally, we get all of the head studs removed, which makes removing the head itself extremely easy. A little heavy, so be prepared for a little bit of weight, but one person can pull it off safely. So just grab on and yank it. All right, perverts, get yanking. Now we have flipped onto the driver's side doing the head studs. I'm not gonna lie, this is where yet again the brake booster gets in the way and made this job hell. Trying to find and reach the last bottom head stud was so tough, having the header in the way, the steering rack was in the way, and that brake booster would not help us out at all. So what we ended up doing was releasing the left motor mount and letting the motor sit crooked. That was the only way we could get access to it. Guys, now we've got easy work. All we have to do is remove all 8 lifter trays. This is gonna go pretty quick. There's gonna be 4 on each side. Remove all of those. What cheap little plastic they felt like. All right, guys, change the radio station, get pumped up, grab a beer, grab a joint, grab an energy drink. All right, guys, it's time to remove the lifters themselves. Typically, a magnet will pull these right out once you stick it to it. But the problem was mine were pretty gummed up with some old oil, so I did have to get a couple different ideas to remove them. Here in a second, you're gonna see we actually had to get a pair of needle nose pliers and just wiggle them back and forth, side to side, and eventually this was exactly how we got all of the lifters out. Now, I did not have to save mine, I had new ones on order. We are finally to the front of the motor. Here I'm removing the main bolt off of the timing chain and the gear that is attached to our camshaft. So just removing these couple bolts, and then from here you can see I just easily remove it, take it off the chain. From here, just removing the couple bolts that hold on the camshaft cover. Then from here, we actually can make it right to the cam. You can see everything underneath it. We still have the oil pump on and everything else, which will have to be removed in a later video, but we are making progress. Boom, and another part off.
Oh. Okay, so hey, so you're gonna grab the cam,
Yep.
and you're gonna go like this while pulling back.
All right, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. This was my first time pulling a camshaft out of a V8. Not a 4-cylinder, so not just lifting it out of the head, but actually pulling it out. It is a little bit longer than you think and a little awkward, but as you can see, Barry's walking me through it. He actually has somebody on FaceTime. They're both kind of watching, but how exciting to finally pull out, fully pull out my own camshaft. Hope you guys enjoyed this video.
And then pry it with this one, yeah. And then go like up and down like that, yep, and pull. Nice and slow, nice and slow. Twist, go up and down. You're being a little more gentle.
Gentler.
Yep, there you go. See, there you go. And the holes are getting smaller the more you come out. There you go. There you go.
Is that your first time?
Yeah, it's his first time, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
I know, right? Hell yeah.
That's dope.
Keep it at the same angle as the end. There you go, dude.
Whoa.
You just your first cam, bro. Dude, that's sick, Kenny.
Oh, cool.
Good job, dude. It's always terrifying. You're like, oh, I'm gonna fuck something up. Dude, it's way easier than what you think it is. Yeah. But it's like